Good morning, students. In today's class, we shall learn what are linkers. So these linkers will be asked for 4 marks in your final examination. So what are linkers? Linkers are words or phrase used to link. As the name suggests, linkers are used to link any word or phrase or sentences or maybe an idea also. Okay. Say for example, if you want to link two words like mangoes and apples are my favorite food. In this sentence, you want to link mango, apple are my favorite fruit. So you use the word and there. So and acts as the linker to link two words, that is mango and apple. This is not something new to you because you have learned it about conjunction in your lower classes. So, linkers are nothing but conjunctions. Linkers are also called connectors or conjunctions. So, let us find out the example here. See, as I told you, linkers are used to link two words or phrases and sentences. So here the example, the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic is a global health crisis of our time and the greatest challenge we have faced since World War II. But the pandemic, more than a health crisis, is also an unprecedented socio-economic crisis. Every day, people are losing jobs and income. So, as you can notice here, to join two sentences, I have used the word and. Okay, which is about the coronavirus COVID-19. Also, in the last sentence, you can notice every day people are losing jobs and income. So here to join job and the word income, I have used the word and there. Also, some if you are writing something contrasting idea, then you can use but or you can use also. So there are different kinds of linkers. Linkers to join or linkers to add, linkers to contrast or linkers used to compare things. Okay, linkers used to end something. So there are different kinds of linkers and each linker performs its own function. So they perform their they have their own functions or uses. So let us learn about each kind of linkers here. So the first kind of linkers are linkers used to add. So as I told you, to add to words or 10 sentences or phrases, we use certain kinds of linkers. So there, I have listed some linkers here like and. For example, first example which I told you, mango, apples are my favorite fruits. Here, to join mangoes and apple, I have used the word and. I can also use both and. Both mangoes and apple are my favorite food. So you can use also. Other than mango, apple is also my favorite food. So like same way, accordingly is there, further is there, moreover is there, not only but also is there, in addition to is there, besides is also there. This we have learned it in our first PU, where the difference between beside and besides. Beside means next to, besides means in addition to. In addition to learn mangoes, I love apples also, like that. Or besides learning English, I also learn business studies. So besides is also a word you or a linker used to add. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now let us move to the linkers which are used to show similarity or which are used to compare. So which are the words given here? In the same way or both, likewise, similarly. Take for example, you can use both Sachin and Dhoni are great players. Just like Sachin, Dhoni in the same Sachin is a great player. In the same way, Dhoni is also a great player. Likewise, Sachin is a great player. Likewise, Dhoni is also a great player. Similarly, so these are the words which are used to compare or show the similarity between two things. So these are also linkers. Okay. Next, let us look into some words or linkers which are used to show contrast, like although or but, in contrast or despite, or there is a word called in spite of, which is not in the list. Meanwhile, whereas, on the other hand. So as you can notice, all these things are used to show sharp contrast. For example, I love Italian dishes, but Chinese is my favorite. Two contrasting things are there. So I love Italian dishes, although Chinese is my favorite food, but Chinese is my favorite food. Or I eat Italian dishes, whereas Chinese is my favorite. On the other hand, Chinese is my favorite. Like that. To express two contrasting ideas, you use these kind of linkers. Now let us come to next, to show exception, words like however, despite, still, in spite of. This is something similar to the contrasting words, contrasting linkers there. In spite of, or we have one called at. So these are all different kinds of linkers to show exception. Now let us come to the next set of linkers, that is to show cause. This is caused by what? What we say? This pandemic situation is caused because of COVID-19. This pandemic situation is caused because due to COVID-19. It's like that. These are the words or the linkers used to show what we say, the to show the cause. So because, due to, and since. Let us come to the next set of linkers to show effect. There are words like as a result of. There is heavy rain outside. As a result, I got wet. Consequently, I got wet. Therefore, I got wet. So it is written twice there. Hence, I got wet. Thus, I got wet. So these are the words which are used to show effect. Now let us look into the one more set, that is sequence, to show sequence. What time an action takes place, whether it takes place now, then. For example, you are preparing something. Okay, maybe you're preparing a simple omelette. So you are using sequential there. Firstly, or secondly, firstly you will take eggs. Next you will take a bowl, and then you will break the egg. So all these words, after, afterwards, at this point, before, finally, in the end, lastly, formally, or prior to, subsequently, simultaneously, means together with, thereafter, adaranantara, hage. These are the words to show sequence. Now there are certain words which are the linkers which are used to give examples. Okay, you are writing something and you want to give example now. For example, I went to market to buy fruits. Like you can use, or it is not in the list, but you can use like, or such as, or specifically, or for instance, you are giving some examples and you're saying, your teacher is saying, teaching you something and she's giving examples. So she may say, for example, for instance, or to demonstrate, to in particular, specifically. So these are, for example, also you can use. Okay, the link is not there in the list, but that also you can use. Or for instance, also we will use, such as we will use, like we can use. So these are the linkers used to give examples in a sentence. So next comes to conclude. How to, there are certain linkers used to conclude in a sentence. If you're writing some paragraph and you want to conclude it, or if you're writing some sentences and you want to conclude it, what are the phrase linkers you can use? So here we have words like to conclude, or you are giving a speech and you have to end it. So there also you can use these linkers, to conclude, or hence, on the whole, or in brief, or in the conclusion. So these are the linkers used to conclude. So now, as I told you, these linkers, this will be asked for your 4 marks question in your final examination. But you might have this confusion like, oh my God, so many linkers, how to remember? To make your task easy, actually the 4 options will be given. Okay, this will be for 4 marks, where 4 fill-ups will be given and you need to fill it. And 4 options also will be given. So let us find out how. See, the question will be like, fill in the blanks with the appropriate linkers given in the bracket. So the first question, actually the text or the questions will be chosen from your in text itself, in your textbook itself, from the middle of your lesson itself. So the first question reads like this. The gardener started narrating the story of Tamanna and Basavaya to the owner's wife. Okay. Then which word is suitable there? One thing you have to do here is first you need to read the whole of the paragraph or whole of the passage. So well, let us read first, then we will try to understand what is it about. Then we get an idea, because if you start filling it in the beginning itself, it might be a problem. Okay. So the gardener started narrating the story of Tamanna and Basavaya to the owner's wife. Dash proceeding further with the story, he started fumbling for words. Dash, he had made a mistake. The owner's wife was not interested in the story. She felt like going away. Dash stayed back. Dash, she did not want to hurt the old man. So we got a gist of the story, passage. What is it about? So let us start to fill up. The gardener started narrating the story of Tamanna and Basavaya to the owner's wife. Okay. After proceeding further, but may not be there because he's not telling something contrasting word there, sentence there. So after proceeding further with the story, he started fumbling for words. Dash, he had made a mistake, as though he had made a mistake. The owner's wife was not interested in the story. She felt like going away, but she see two contrasting ideas are there. She wanted to go away, but she did not go. She felt like going away, but stayed back, as is also used for like because or as she did not want to hurt the old man. Here completes one passage and you will get full 4 marks. Sometimes what happens, you might be in a confusion. So leave that dash and later you can fill. Okay. Or sometimes what happens, you are confused with the two. Okay, in that one you fill, and then you try to again read the passage and see whether it fits there, and then you can use trial and error method and you can do that. So let us look into one more question. Here, the Earth University teaches Earth democracy dash is a freedom for all species. There is a full stop. We all depend on Earth. It is our duty to respect the rights of other species dash these species have to involve within the web of life dash Earth democracy is a shift from anthropocentrism to ecocentrism. So here we'll start. The Earth University teaches Earth democracy, okay, which is the freedom for all species. What is democracy? It is a freedom for all species. Since we all depend on Earth, it is our duty to respect the rights of other species because these species have to evolve within the web of life. Okay. Moreover, means you are adding something else. You are adding extra point to the Earth democracy. Already about Earth democracy, it is mentioned that it is the freedom for all species. Now you have to write extra. What is extra thing they are saying? Moreover, Earth democracy is a shift from anthropocentrism to ecocentrism. Okay, so it's quite easy. Okay, just you have to read the passage and try to fill up. And since options are given, your task is still more easier. So I hope you are clear with this linkers. Once again, thank you.